Mothers, gather here. This one is for us. I remember when I started my entrepreneurship journey, it was the year 2007. I had quit my job. I felt so guilty because I worked in a fast food restaurant. I was in the hospitality business, and the holiday periods were always my busiest. It was always they were the days I could not get out of the office to spend time with my children. I remember after the first Christmas, I was like, no way. I am not this person. I can't do this. Because on Christmas Day that year, I resumed the office at about 6:30 a.m. and I worked till about midnight into the 26th of December. I could not spend time with my kids, and for me that was a no-no. And so I started my entrepreneurship journey greatly inspired by my children, because I wanted to be there for them while they were growing up. And 2019, I recall traveling 7 times internationally, and someone came into my DM and she was like, wait, you're married, wait, you have children. And it was a shock to her, because it felt like, how are you doing all the things that you're doing and you're still able to raise your children? And I think it's important for us to talk about this, because a lot of times as mothers, the guilt comes in when you feel like you have to take time to work, or take time to build a business, or maybe you're even a career mom. This applies to you as well. I want to share some of the things that helped me on my journey. And the first thing I want to say is give yourself grace, and understand that there are times and there are seasons, and each time and each season, while they will have their own requirement, it will not always be the same. And so when my kids were younger, there were certain adjustments I had to make. My entire journey of starting live streaming from home in 2015 was also inspired by my son, Samuel. I mean, this was my 3rd child, and I was a lot older, and I felt I didn't have the energy to be jumping in and out of cities, planning events. And so I started thinking of what I could do from the comfort of my home. And that was how my entire journey into starting on Periscope, traveling, speaking around the world began. Now, give yourself grace. That's the first thing I'm going to say. Give yourself grace. Second thing I'm going to say is stop comparing yourself to other mothers. We do this a lot. Some people have created systems and structures that allows them to show up more. And in your corner, you can feel like, oh, they've gotten everything figured out. That is a lie from the pit of hell. And you need to fix that way of thinking today. Do you understand why your story and your journey is different from others? And I have to add this very quickly. Do not be afraid to ask for help. This whole superwoman thing, I got it all locked down. I can do everything by myself. We need to kill it. Kill it. It has not served us well. It has resulted in a lot of moms being burnt out, anxious, depressed, and still showing up like nothing is wrong. Everything is going wrong. And we need to fix that mindset that says we can do everything by ourselves. Don't be afraid to get help. Don't be afraid to put structure. Even if you can have someone live in, don't be afraid to have certain days where people can come in, help you with laundry, help you with cooking. I mean, there are platforms where you can even have people go shopping for you. Life can be easier if you tell yourself that it's okay to ask for help. And I think the final thing I'm going to add is understand that your children need to see a role model inside the home. I always say this, when I show up and I do the things I do, it's not because I want to be out there and I want to show myself. No, I am showing up. And there's a difference between showing off and showing up. I am showing up because I never want my children to look too far to find a role model. So all of those dreams and all of those things you've buried because you became a mother and somehow you feel they can no longer come alive. Let this be a reminder that you can build a home. You can be a mom, you can raise your children, and you don't have to sacrifice your dreams, your passions. And you can start right there from the comfort of your home while still having time to take care of your little ones and build something that at the end of the day, you will not just be proud of, but everyone else will be proud of as well. That's it for this video. I'll see you in the next one.